All right, I guess we got to get to business. Coach, thanks for joining us. Another tough game on the slate. It just don't ever get easy for you guys.
Yeah, it's just it's been one of those years. This is my 25th year doing this, and I've not had a year like this before. It's part of the challenge. You know, it's part of what drives you to get up every day. It's, you know, you're putting your livelihood in the hands of 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and I got to do a better job of making sure that that we believe and prepare to win. At the end of the day, we've lost 3 really close, heartbreaking games. I hate that for our boys, and they have been super resilient. I don't believe we've lost any confidence. Matter of fact, I know we haven't, but they're just, you know, that's why you play the game. And so still a lot to play for, still excited about the opportunity this week and moving forward, and, you know, just super proud of our young men.
Now, this will be the second time we have a chance to get a look at you guys. And like you said, one of those heartbreakers was the game against Lausanne. I know it was a lot going into that game, with that being like the homecoming for Coach DeCastro. But as you told us off the air, that was a game that it seemed like you were one play away. I mean, a one-score game. It was 8-7 the final. Tell me a little bit about how you've kind of grown from that game and how the guys have kind of handled, you know, how the team is handling those close losses and trying to stay locked in.
Oh, man, that seems like forever ago. Y'all are talking about the Grizzlies are fixing to tip off. You get this time of year, and it's just Groundhog Day for a football coach. But again, you know, we've had to overcome a lot of adversity. 3 heartbreakers, and it's kind of been the story. You know, we missed a couple field goals in that game, missed some opportunities early to score, but our team is a lot different right now. You know, it's not to say. It's, you know, I think we're a better football team right now than we were then. But at the end of the day, you know, we need to go out and play with confidence, play with poise, and get us a W.
And we talked about, you know, some of the tough losses and the close losses and how that plays into the record and all that. But let's talk a little bit about some of the things you feel like your club has been doing right this year. I mean, you do have some young kids on that squad. You're a run-first oriented offense. Talk about some of the things that you feel like your team has really bought into and done well.
Well, you know, again, you got to overcome a lot of obstacles throughout the year. We've had multiple injuries where we've had to bring in new people, which is part of the reason why you've got to develop that depth. I think our defense, regardless, has been solid all year. You know, we've played good defensive football, and you know, our tailback situation, we basically moved our tailback to Mike linebacker and our Mike linebacker to tailback. Will J. Mason has had 3 weeks in a row where he's rushed for over 100 yards. Again, you look at us from 6 weeks ago, we look like a different football team right now. And you should, but not only the people, but how we're playing. So, again, at the end of the day for us, we need to figure out a way to finish a game and win a meaningful football game.
Now, we weren't able to get the MUS coach on, so I guess we'll have to talk for both teams, essentially. They're coming off of a big victory against Central. They improved to 6-2. It was a lights out, a lot of scoring. What did you see from that game that can kind of help you into this game? Because it seems like you're going to have to really be on your P's and Q's defensively because they can score like that.
Yeah, so first off, I mean, nothing but respect for Coach Chubb and the entire MUS, you know, organization. Football, school, everything. They're, you know, top-notch, class act. You know, we've been playing football against MUS since 1894.
And, another old one.
Yeah, 11th oldest rivalry in the country.
Wow.
This was an old rivalry game.
Yeah, so you know, it's one of the oldest in the country and oldest in the city by far. And the beauty of that game is, you know, you have certain rivalries that can get a little ugly. This rivalry, there's a mutual respect. We know how they're going to come play. They're going to be super tough and very well coached, disciplined. We know that, and I hope they feel the same way. But both teams are going to lay it on the line. It's the type of, you know, we used to call it years ago a barbershop game because that's where you would, you know, go and chat about what's happening that week, whatever. But this is a game at the end of the day that all the kids playing are going to remember for the rest of their lives. And, you know, you better make sure you create the right memory, I guess. You know, they're playing 2 quarterbacks. Both of them do a really good job. They got 2 tailbacks that are both explosive. Defensively, they're always very solid. So, again, we got our hands full Friday night. And then also just handling the emotion of a rivalry game like that.
Now, I know as a coach, you guys just take it week to week, and I know a lot of people think that's just coach speak, where you're like, oh, we're just worried about this week, but you really kind of just have to do it that way because the schedules get so tough. But you do have to be looking ahead a little bit to what you have to do for playoff purposes, because your situation's a little different than maybe a school down the street where you may be having to travel 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to go play if you're not careful.
Yeah, I mean, you say take it one game at a time. I'm just trying to get to practice.
Well, expect a phone call from your brother before you get to practice.
but in all seriousness, we still have playoff implications on the line. It's well documented. I think there's great football in this area. I think the 6A football in Memphis is excellent. But make no mistake about it, our league is the SEC of high school football. And, there's some tremendous teams throughout the 12-team league. And depending on what the playoffs look like, you have to get on a bus and potentially go to Chattanooga. And, you're taking 100 kids across the state and doing it in a day. It can wear on you mentally, physically, and financially. Yeah. So, again, we need to try to take care of what we can do to win this game. All that other stuff aside, this particular game is, you have to figure out this is the one that matters for the community. Mm-hmm. And again, I love that. It's great to be a part of something so special. There's bigger things than just winning the MUS game. But this is one of those games that you kind of take everything else, toss it out. It doesn't matter. It's going to come down to that 48 minutes.
Now, something I love about you all is the crowd. Like, I remember when I went to that Christian Brothers game we just showed, I was telling Ruben, like, the facilities here is beautiful. It's like a college, what I'm saying? And then it's like the crowd, and you see the smoke in the video, and then all the purple. Just tell me about how a Friday night is for you, because I know you got a whirlwind of things going on in your mind, but I know when it comes to this game, you'll be happy to be like, at the end of the day, at least we're playing in front of our home crowd. Yeah,
I mean, mine's kind of doubled because I'm the athletic director too. So the stuff that goes through, the stuff that goes through my day on a Friday is, it's a lot. But look, I've been there 11 years. I didn't go to school there. I'm not Catholic. Our school is 150 plus years old. We have middle school boys coming to us from over 50 different schools every year. So it's a tremendous melting pot of the entire Mid-South area. A lot of diversity, and I say that socioeconomically, religiously, ethnically. It's a true melting pot, and it's a special place. It's in a great spot of the city too. It's in a great spot, and it's for all boys. And so, because we've been playing football so long, because the school has been here in Memphis since 1871, a lot of pride. Yeah. And they love their Friday nights, and so it creates for some awesome atmospheres. It gives our boys a chance to play in what really high school football is supposed to be, and it makes it fun. And it's part of the school experience for, we have 730 boys in our school, 150 of them play football. All the others are there on Friday. That's when the girls get to come on campus. And the boys love Friday night. The band gets to perform. So it's just a lot of special things during those Friday nights.
All right, Coach, we know you got a lot to do today. We appreciate you taking the time. Just know I'm going to be out there Friday at 5 and 6 looking for food and football at the same time.
Gotta get his food in.
Yeah, you don't get this dad bod by nothing, Richard. It takes time and effort.
Hey, man, right? I'm going to be 175 my whole life.
All right, let's get you caught up. Don't forget, this is our game of the week. We're talking about Memphis University School, MUS. Going to be at Christian Brothers. That is going to be our game at 5 and 6. We'll be live with sports and weather at 5 and 6, plus complete recap of the highlights coming up at 10 o'clock on Friday night. You won't want to miss it. Coach, again, thanks again for the time.
Before we let you go,
here we go.
You were telling me before that they call themselves the Brothers and the Purple Wave.
He said goes
by
Purple
Christian
Wave.
Brothers, and a lot of people refer to it as the Brothers.
See?
Which I think that's cool, but
we are the Purple Wave.
So the Brothers.
Okay, full disclosure, my wife took my sons to go watch a game there, and she texted me, and she's like, are you sure they call themselves the Purple Wave? And I was like, I think that's their mascot.
He's not wearing purple.
And she was like, they call themselves the Brothers. Everybody's just saying the brothers. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, we need another segment for this.